Dan Git Show. Fast review.
Hello, people watching this video. Welcome to the Dan Git Show. Okay, that was kind of... Welcome to my very first... whatever I named it. Pretty much what I'll be doing in these videos is reviewing a new game and trying to release a review before a month has gone by since it came out. If it's been longer than a month, then I probably won't be releasing a quick review and just waiting to release a full review. So, without dragging this out any further, let's get started. Now, at this point in time, I'm actually pretty excited to get Mortal Kombat X. I'm getting it on the Xbox One, partially because I don't have a PS4 right now, but I'm pretty sure it won't be that different. So at this point in time, I'm pretty excited for the game. We'll see how my reaction is after I've gotten it and played it.
2 days later.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I played the game, and just as I expected, it's incredible.
Where do I even begin? Of course you have the usual, like the normal tower mode, story mode, the crypt, and those disgustingly beautiful fatalities. Not to mention brutalities are also back. There's also some new stuff that they brought over from Injustice Gods Among Us, like customizing something called a combat card, leveling up after every fight, single fight, etc. One really cool thing they added was having every single character have multiple things to say to every single character. In addition to having the classic tower, you've also got Test Your Luck Tower, Test Your Might Tower, Endless, and Survivor. And if you're a little tired of how they keep doing the crypt in the other games, well, they really changed it up here. But if you like the crypt in the other games, then you might be a little iffy with this one. They made finding stuff in the crypt really fun. It's pretty much like having a whole nother game on there. A downloadable indie game, but still. I would talk more about Faction, but since this is a quick review, I don't really have a whole lot of time. I will say that it is an interesting concept. And aside from all that, there's still a lot to do in this game. The controls are pretty great, and the combos actually feel pretty easy, so no matter which version you get, it's still an awesome game.
So, would I recommend this game? NetherRealm, yeah. Anyone? Like, it's supposed to be hell? So if you're thinking about picking up this game, any version of it, go ahead. It's definitely worth it. Now, if you'll excuse me...
Dan, Scorpion's here, and he kind of wants to talk to you.
Oh, can you wait? Scorpion, okay, listen.
Thanks for watching my first fast review video. Let me know in the comments if you really like this video, or if you think it's complete and utter garbage. Hopefully one day I'll be able to get a better capture card, not only to make a full review on this game, but to make better fast reviews. And if you'd like to see more videos to come, regular or not, go ahead and subscribe. An example of one of my regular reviews would be this video right here on Mortal Kombat Mythology Sub-Zero. And you can like and follow on those social medias and whatnot.
Dan Git Show. Fast review.
Ratchet and Clank on PS4 is a delightful game, and it's actually the first PS4 exclusive game I've gotten, if you don't count this.
It's not my absolute favorite RNC game, but it's pretty close. This game kinda reminds me of Conquer Live and Reloaded when it comes to certain things, like how some of the levels look the same, but with way updated graphics, and quite a few changes here and there. But there are some completely new levels, and even the ones that are the same actually feel like brand new levels. RNC on PS4 is basically the original Ratchet and Clank with characters and elements from all the games, plus they had a different story to fit in more with the movie. Speaking of the movie, this is one of those movie-based games where it has some clips from the movie as cutscenes, with some differences here and there, but there are also mostly original cutscenes too. The game story is basically Captain Cork's side of it, which was actually kind of interesting, and it kind of reminded me of what the Toy Story 3 game did. I kind of wish they would have made all original cutscenes rather than having clips from the movie to spoil it for people who don't like spoilers, but most of the time they fit in pretty well. Another thing I have to complain about is a little bit of the voice acting, specifically the character Korra. She's not the worst, but her voice actress just didn't seem to fit the role that well, and it kind of reminded me of some 5th generation voice acting, if you know what I'm talking about. But that's only a minor complaint, considering that's the only one that I thought wasn't that good. I also thought some of the humor wasn't the greatest in the game. There was really only a couple times that made me chuckle. It wasn't too bad, but they could have done a lot better. It was kind of disappointing compared to what they've been able to do in the past. But the most important thing is the gameplay, which is fantastic. It's got a few new things here and there, but it still has that charming RNC feel to it. Plus, I know I've already mentioned the characters, but it's nice to see some of the characters from the PS2 era make a return in this game, with acceptable redesigns. The game is a little short, but that's only counting the story on casual mode, which is obviously the easiest mode. When it comes to collecting everything and or doing this on normal or hard mode, it might take you a bit to finish. And all this for only $40, which I'd say is a fair price for a game like this.
So, would I recommend getting this game? Definitely, but let me rephrase what I said earlier. It's worth getting a PS4 over if you're a big fan of Ratchet and Clank, but if you're not and you don't have a PS4, then I'd say wait a little while, maybe for the price to come down or something. However, if you already have a PS4 and you're curious to know how the series is, then this might be a good start. because it's definitely worth the $40 price tag. Now, I think I'd like to get back to the game. Get! I told you not to go through there. I told you to glitch us up right there.
You never told me specifically.
That's just one of very few glitch. They'll patch it up.
Thank you for watching, people who watch this video. If you'd like to see more Dan Git Show fast reviews, or regular Dan Git shows, or any of the Untitled Team videos in general, then go ahead and subscribe. And you can also check out these videos on the Untitled Team Gaming channel we have, which is what you may be watching right now in case you're watching it over there. Dan Git Show. Accessories Review.
Hello people watching this video, Poorly Drawn Git here, and for some reason I'm doing the accessories reviews. Since this is the first episode, I'll explain how these work. We review any kind of video game accessory, whether it's an off-brand thing or a first-party thing, we'll give you a review on it. Basically, anything from a controller to another video game accessory. Now then, we're going to be talking about a crappy accessory for a Nintendo system. Surprise, surprise. The Wii Ultra Wireless Sensor Bar. We do plan on showing videos of these accessories sometime, but since this one's gone, we just decided to show pictures. Which also explains why this video is not in HD. These are just pictures. Anyway, but once we tell you why we don't have it, you'll understand. You know those really annoying wires you get with the Wii and or Wii U sensor bar? Well, this sensor bar is supposed to work as a way to get rid of that annoying wire. It's a whole lot bigger than a regular bar, but the reason for that is because there's a way to make the sensor wider in case you have a lot of people in a big room. That part works fine as far as we know, but the real reason to get one of these is to get rid of that annoying wire, as I've said before. This is where it fails. It's a bit too complicated to explain how you hook it up, but once you do, you'll find that half the time it doesn't work. One thing is that it doesn't always respond. But when it does, you'll find that the lifespan of this thing is way too short. I can't remember what type of battery or how many you need to run this thing, but from our experience, it ate them right up. And to beat it all, Nintendo must have known this would happen, because they give you the wire anyway. The whole point of this thing was to get rid of that freaking wire. Now all this wouldn't be such a bad thing if it was an off-brand thing, but no, this is an official Nintendo product. This thing is just a big waste of $20. In conclusion, the only good thing about this sensor bar is the wider option, but that's not even worth $10. I would not recommend this thing to anyone, unless you have a lot of players, a big room, and if you find this thing for like $5 at most.
Dan Git Show. Accessories Review.
Hello people watching this video, Poorly Drawn Git here, and today we're going to be discussing the trigger grip for the PlayStation Vita Slim. I hope I got that name right. But the exciting thing is, unlike the last video, today we have actual videos rather than just pictures. Wait, huh? I thought we got videos. Guys, we need to do videos sometime. We can't just show pictures. Pictures doesn't always work. We have to actually show them how the accessories work. Anyway, well, okay, we got pictures this time, but I promise next time we'll record stuff. So, back to what I was talking about. The Vita trigger grips are a way to make you feel like you're holding a regular controller while you're playing the PlayStation Vita. And for a little while, it actually feels like a controller. The triggers actually do feel a little bit like triggers, which is both a good and kind of a bad thing. I'll start with the positives. So, this thing actually isn't that complicated to put on. Or, well, you know, there's no special attachments or anything, it's just that you kind of put it in. And, well, it's not electronic, so it's not like it could mess up that way. The only way it would mess up is if you just accidentally broke it or something. Plus, with this thing, you can kind of stretch your fingers out I know it can get a little annoying playing the Vita sometimes, and you have to avoid touching the back pad depending on what game you play, and so you have to kind of squeeze your fingers together and play it. Well, with this it kind of helps. But this thing isn't perfect, and I'll explain why. Sometimes it felt like you had to put a little bit of force into using the triggers. I mean, it's not exactly like pulling a gun trigger, but you don't get to pull them as fast as you would want to. Plus, after a while, and by a while I mean a little while, they started kinda squeaking a little bit and making loud noises. Plus, while it isn't complicated to put on, it still can be a little bit hard. Well, hard as in the way you have to put it in without feeling like you're about to break it. And the price for this thing is just a little bit too high. I wouldn't highly recommend this thing, but if you're curious, then I'd say you can go ahead and try it. I'd say wait till you see it for like $5 to $10 at most. Dan Git Show
shorts. Hey people watching this video, welcome to the first Dan Git Show short. And since we're gonna keep it short, I'm not gonna describe it. Just look in the description if you want to know what we do here. And so we're just gonna move on to the game. Just no explaining anything. No, that'll be in the description like I said, and no repeating anything. That'll be in the description like I said. And since this is a short,
Yes, let's keep it short. Let's move this on.
Okay, let's move on. Today we're going to be playing the very original Grand Theft Auto. I wasn't really feeling that one, but why don't you take two? That was better. That was beautiful. Oh, shit. Y'all doing alright? Wait, was that your tire? You gonna drive a car with a tire like that? I see why you wrecked. And it was on that day that he decided to become a rock star.
Can we move it along with the logos?
You mean company names?
Yes, whatever.
Grand Theft GTA Auto. We can choose from different characters in this one. We got choices like Travis, Bubba, Troy, I'm just gonna go with Travis. Yeah? Wait, okay. To be fair, this game is kind of big, so the loading time it makes sense here. It's perfectly understandable. Though it's going a little faster than I thought it would. What have I gotten myself into? Time to walk. Anytime now. I'm holding the directional buttons. Wait, can I not? What? So, to move on foot, you still have to hold the gas button down. I don't know about you, but that's pretty flawless. Might want to turn the old radio down to avoid copyright stuff. But then again, with YouTube, what does it matter now? Look at me, I'm rebellious. I'm gonna jump this bridge right here. I think it's a bridge. Oh, yeah! Yeah. Now I would say something about this helicopter view here, but then again, this is the first one, so, understandable. But I still have to complain that the graphics look a bit fuzzy and dirty and hard to tell what's going on in some ways. So while you're walking and stuff, you'll randomly hear this music that I have no idea where it's coming from. What, you think you're gonna get away that easily? Oh yeah? Well... I think I'm gonna go through with the point of this game. Stealing a vehicle, yeah! There's an arrow here that I'm pretty sure is telling me where to go, but I usually get lost anyway. It's not that good. Oh, and also there's buttons for this. Oh look, now I have a pistol. Now, I can fulfill the dream of blowing up a car with a pistol. People say I can't do it, but I'm about to prove them wrong.
But that was only the beginning. Dan killed everyone in sight, anyone he saw, and blew up any car he got near, and then he died because he's a fucking idiot and stood too close.
I'm sure by now you're wondering where the real review is for this game. Well, to be honest, there's a reason I made this short. This game is really hard to play the way it controls. I mean, I don't know why you still have to use the gas button or the X button in my case right now, to move the character. It makes it a lot harder. I think throughout the whole game I've only been able to get to one mission, and I couldn't even complete it. I realize this was their first attempt at something like this, but it just didn't appeal to me. Plus, using a vehicle in an isometric or helicopter view game just almost never works. At least in one where you can go any direction. But hey, this was their first game, their first attempt at this, so I mean, what first game is gonna get it perfect all the time? So Grand Theft Auto for PS1 gets a 58 out of 100. Now to be fair, ladies and gentlemen, the only Grand Theft Auto game I truly like is Grand Theft Auto 5. And yes, I have played a lot of the others.
Dan Git Show shorts.
Hello people watching this video, welcome to Dan Git Show Shorts. Today we're going to be looking at Doctor Who Top Trumps or Top Trumps Doctor Who or something like that for the PlayStation 2. And yes, I actually had a physical version to be able to play this. Top Trumps. I think it's some kind of card game. Boy, maybe I should have looked into that. Was this originally supposed to be like a smartphone game or something? Huh.
I think it's because you recorded this on something that it wasn't meant for.
You may be right. But at least we can see most of the screen. Anyway, let's get started. Wow. If getting to places is this intense, I can't imagine how the gameplay is. Let's see here, I guess we'll go to quick play. Just play it a little quick. And we'll use the Doctor, obviously. The Doctor versus the Doctor? Because why not? Oh, what fun. Oh, hey, I won something. See, you don't always need to read the rules to be able to play a game. Okay, maybe I needed to read something. Okay, so from what I can gather without reading the rules is that whoever's turn it is, you'll have to choose a section from the card, and whoever has the highest number there wins. So, which means if I were to draw something and have the highest number of whatever section I chose, then I could keep going. And if the opponent did it, well, you know, it's the same thing. Something like that. You can also use these little power-up things to do stuff.
Okay, Dan, as your friend, I have to tell you, you really suck at explaining things.
Hey, I'm trying, aren't I? Okay, so I think I've already shown you what all I can explain here. Let's see if I can finish this game up. Okay, let me speed it up real quick. Oh my gosh. When does it end? When does it end? Oh, when does it end? Okay, screw it, I'm just quitting. Well, that was pretty fast getting back to the main menu. Let's go ahead and try that adventure mode. Okay, you know what? It's the same thing. It's the same freaking thing, except it's probably more like a tournament if the game ever ends. This game is bad. I mean, it's just absolute garbage for a standalone PS2 game. Now, if you were to download this on like a smartphone or a 3DS for like $3 or 2.11 pounds, I'm hoping I'm getting that right, then it'd be fine. I mean, it would also be fine if it was just a side mini game or as a part of a big collection of games.
Or, you know, if you just actually buy the real cards.
But as a standalone PS2 game that came out in 2008, it sucks. So, I'm just gonna have to give this game a 30 out of 100. I mean, that score would have been even lower if it wasn't for the fact that it's Doctor Who themed. Maybe I'll just focus on that. I'll just count it as a collectible item.